Growing up, I was very inquisitive about the world, and I had very broad ideas about the things around me that people didn't believe. But when I got older, I started to look these things up on the internet, and turns out I was right. First things first is the weight of phones. So I told one of my cousins that my phone felt heavier after having it filled up with pictures and videos and songs. And so they said just because your storage is full does not mean that the weight of your phone changes. But turns out it does. So not only does a full storage cause your phone to be heavier, also if your battery is full, then your phone will be heavier. So here's what the internet says about it. Yes, phones can gain a tiny amount of weight when their storage is full, but it's not noticeable. Whether it's noticeable or not is up for question, because I did notice it, and that's the reason why I brought it up. And people just were so hell-bent on saying that I was wrong, but I was right. The next thing is man-made bodies of water. I was having a conversation with a friend, and I was saying something like, oh, that might be a fake lake. And he was just like, oh, fake lakes don't exist. Well, turns out there are hundreds of man-made lakes just here in America alone. And so there are many different reservoirs or artificial lakes that are used for drinking water, irrigation, flood control, and recreation. I don't know why he would think that I'm just like making this up. There are man-made bodies of water. And we're not even talking about swimming pools. We're just talking about different reservoirs. Next thing up, we have J-Lo and Ashanti. Now, I was a kid when I'm Real came out. I don't have no leg in the fight. I don't have any side towards Ashanti. I don't have any side towards J-Lo. But when I was a kid in the car listening to I'm Real, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. This sounds like Ashanti. Now, a little backstory about me personally. I am partially deaf in one of my ears. So even a deaf girl could hear Ashanti on this song. And so people were saying like, yeah, right, you didn't know that, but I did know that. And I said it then, and it came out to be true. Ashanti wrote the song, and J-Lo did leave Ashanti's voice on those records. And so those are just some of the things that I proved myself to be right and others to be wrong. And I never had any leg in the fight as to whether or not phones weigh more or less, or whether or not they're man-made bodies of water, or whether or not Ashanti or J-Lo made a song or was playing a song on the radio. I don't really have a leg in that race, but if I'm right, I'm right. And people shouldn't just disregard certain people just because they're younger than them. Sometimes people are more intelligent.